a year into this cottage renovation.
And even though we are so happy with hitting our recent milestone,
namely this concrete floor,
the truth is we're feeling pretty burnt out. A bit windy, hence the hood. We just put the ponies in the back paddock, their bedtime paddock, and I'm going to take some more water to them, and I thought we could chat en route. This manual water system is also a problem. We'll talk about that in a second. And I've just spilled water inside my welly boot, which is something that happens pretty regularly. If you've been around here for a while, you'll know that we are constantly hand hauling things around the property, and water being one of them. Especially we had some really dry, hot weather recently, so we were having to take out more and more buckets for the ponies and keep a really good eye on the hens of water. So now that this roadway has opened up, it has opened up more possibility for our land, and we're really keen on doing things right and doing them once if we possibly can, and we are beginners. So suffice to say that water is a problem for us now. And we decided we needed some expert help, which is where Fiverr comes in, who are the sponsors of today's video.
You might remember that we previously used Fiverr when we wanted to find a designer who could mock up our phase 1 renovation layout. And because Fiverr had made it so easy to find quality help, we then found Elizabeth, who designed our organic permaculture orchard and made recommendations for rewilding the area that we call the secret garden.
So it was a no-brainer for us. We went straight back to Elizabeth on Fiverr, and we asked Elizabeth to create a water management plan for this entire property. And it's great because with Fiverr you can have a one-to-one consultation with your expert, and that meant that Elizabeth could tailor our plan to meet our needs and the needs of the unique features of our particular parcel of land here. So Elizabeth mapped out absolutely everything, from where we could capture rainwater to how we might store it and where it naturally wants to flow. Her plans are genius. Stuff we would have never have thought of. And having this plan means we're way less likely to waste time or money or make beginner mistakes, the kind of mistakes that newbie homesteaders like us would make. If you've got a project that needs a real expert, whether like us, it's something like permaculture design or something else like illustration or editing, you name it, check out Fiverr. It connects you with freelancers who have the skills that you might be missing. It's honestly been so easy to find somebody amazing. Elizabeth had really great reviews, a really clear portfolio of work, and it gave us full confidence before we even got started. Head over to fiverr.co/offgridirish and use our special discount code offgridjuly for 10% off. Big thank you to Fiverr for sponsoring today's video. Don't worry, we'll be sharing a lot more of Elizabeth's plans for both the orchard, her recommendations for rewilding the secret garden, and now the water management plan in upcoming videos. Oh bless, Sia's just laid down. Oh, let me show you, hang on. Look. Oh. So sweet. Oh, having a roll. She's having a roll. Gavin always goes straight over to her to like keep watch when she lays down. It's really cute. They say that horses will only lie down or roll in your presence if they feel like they trust you, so we always just think it's extra special when we're with them and they do it. I must actually continue filling up their water. Getting distracted updating you on all of our plans is also challenging. Not only is water a problem that we're looking forward to figuring out, not only for animals but for veg and trees and all the things that we've been hand watering, but also fencing. So we've got the electrical fencing, which is a useful thing to have because it's portable. We can set it up however and wherever we want it, well, within reason and the distance of it. But this bit at the moment, it's not ideal. I have to like duck under because we don't have a gate here, and it has to loop around in such a way to make it work and to keep them in and to keep them out of the secret garden, importantly. Hey ponies. I'm aware this is ridiculous. Yeah. Hey buddy. Got some extra water. Oh, you're nice and silky. Did the girl warm you? Nothing in it. Made it. Probably not entirely surprising that we're feeling knackered, particularly you. Kayvan works 9 to 5 and then has been working, especially now that the days are longer, every single night, especially on the lead up to the big pour till like 10 p.m. every single weekend, relentlessly for months now. Now that we got the grant extension, there's a little bit of breathing space, isn't there?
Yeah, a little bit of respite. I can actually take stock and judge what's coming up rather than just running around like a headless chicken. Yeah. Yes, it's just been a pace that really we can't sustain. And the other thing is, with everything going on in the cottage, it's easy to forget why we're here. Absolutely.
Which is like to partner with the land. So it's been quite nice to turn our attention back outside, hasn't it?
Yeah, so the downtime has involved jobs outside, something other than the cottage.
Yeah, and we also took an inadvertent swim with a seal, so enjoy that.
Look at the size of my radish. I've never seen a radish so big. I am well pleased with that. Not only do we have a monster radish, we've got some shallots from our lovely neighbour that donated some shallot seeds. And we've got the first harvest of broad beans. Look at these beauties. Can't wait to dry these and taste these. Oh yeah.
Afternoon all. Heading up Hillary, which is made so much easier now by our path. Now that we have come to terms with the destruction, we are already starting to feel the benefit of being able to just wheelbarrow up and down here. We're a ways off being able to afford some kind of vehicle for this path, but just being able to traverse it with a wheelbarrow makes a big difference, because I am off to harvest our garlic, which is very exciting. Kind of the shine is taken off it by the fact that it's something we imagined we would all do together as a family, but we're late harvesting it. We've been waiting for a dry spell. Our daughter is off paddleboarding with her pals. Kayvan is working, so I'll just be doing it on my own for now.
Part 1 of rewilding, or introducing some greenery back to the scar through the land. So we've got a bunch of creeping thyme. I'm hoping that this ground cover will give us something other than just perennial weeds, creeping clover, grass and bracken and bramble. I'm going to spread this. Each of these packets is 1 gram, 7,000 seeds. How the hell am I going to spread these? Oh, I'm going to try. Here goes nothing. Wish me luck. quid's worth of thyme seed spread in 2 minutes. 10 quid a minute. This is an expensive venture. 25 metres worth of bank there covered. Be interesting to see if these germinate and take, and if they do, then I'll buy some more expensive seed and sow it in double quick time. Well, look at this little escape hatch. Who's been going down there? Mr. Foxy, no doubt.
So I've just been picking some broad beans and some herbs for dinner. I'm going to make a kind of summery soup, I think, with our potatoes and some chicken broth and things like that. The garden up here is getting pretty out of control. We have tons of broad beans. I think we're going to have to harvest them soon so they don't spoil, and think about preserving them, might freeze them. This patch back here is just, can't tell where the bed ends anymore. It's just taken over. A lot of the herbs there from last year have gone to seed and are exploding. We've got marigolds that have self-seeded from last year, nasturtiums that were self-seeded from last year. The rhubarb is looking really healthy. In this bed, I can't even tell what's going on anymore, but we've got tons of potatoes still in there and a load of other stuff. Some bolted, some having propagated itself again from last year. And then in here, we've got the garlic interplanted with beets and things. Some of this garlic doesn't look too clever. We've not grown garlic before, so we don't know what we're doing, and we don't know if this is normal or dead. Guess we'll find out. This is looking pretty sad. It does smell very garlicky over here. So let's see. Looks okay. Bit small, but smells like garlic. Wow, that looks cool. It doesn't get old. Growing your own food does not get old. I mean, well, this is our second season, so ask me again in like 20 years. But it is just a miracle, isn't it? The challenge that we've got next, that we did not plan for or think about until basically yesterday, was that this all has to be cured, so kind of like air dried a little bit, for it to store well and see us through the winter. We don't have anywhere to do that, so I'm not sure what we're gonna do. Oh, this is so fun! Oh wow, this one's big. So we planted 8 different varieties, so I'm going to try to keep track so that we can know which ones were successful or the most tasty or whatever. Yay! Making sure we're leaving every last bit of compost up here, having hand hauled it up here, up to the top of this hill. We don't want to be taking it back down again. Found on the way to the lake. Sloes. I'll be having you in a few months. In your high vis.
Well, I don't have a dry road.
It's time for comment of the week this week, and in keeping with our slightly gentler theme, we wanted to feature this comment that was actually nominated as comment of the week by Boxer2717, and it is a comment that D-Spine6 left, who said that when we were talking about how devastating the road construction had been, this poem popped into their mind and it helped them to survive grief and devastation, knowing the ending will be a thing of beauty, and they said I hope this helps, and that really stuck with us ever since then. And the words of this poem are so beautiful that I thought that we could enjoy this together with some beautiful scenes from the Irish countryside. I think in these days of fast consumed media like reels and such, it's so nice to have poetry being shared, and we just love that you guys are the kind of group who would not only do that but then actually vote that as comment of the week. And so I wanted to invite you to comment below today's video if you have a poem that is particularly special to you or as a particular favourite of yours. You don't have to put in the whole poem, but you could put in the name and the author, and you could see what each other are recommending, and we'll definitely enjoy diving in there too. So I'm going to read this out now. The Master Weaver's Plan. My life is but a weaving between the Lord and me. I may not choose the colours, he knows what they should be, for he can view the pattern upon the upper side, while I can see it only on this the underside. Sometimes he weaves in sorrow, which seems so strange to me, but I will trust his judgment and work on faithfully. 'Tis he who fills the shuttle, and he knows what is best, so I shall weave in earnest and leave to him the rest. Not till the loom is silent and the shuttle cease to fly shall God unroll the canvas and explain the reason why. The dark threads are as needed in the weaver's skillful hand as the threads of gold and silver in the pattern he has planned. That was so beautiful. Thanks again for sharing this. What a cultured bunch we have here. Really appreciate it. If you have a favourite poem, drop it below in the comments. And thank you to everybody for your comments week in, week out. We really appreciate you.
I got just about got him. Where is he? Go out, it'll be funny if the seal comes to you. What if it starts nibbling your toes?
I don't mind that.
No, what if it just grabbed its mouth onto your toe and you started dragging it?
We don't have as much footage this week, not just because K-Man was having a bit of a break from the reno, but also he's lost the GoPro.
Yeah.
Did you lose it, or did the universe or the powers that be hide it so that you were forced to take a week off?
Camera is MIA. Well, we figured out the last time that I actually used it was when we were harvesting the garlic. So it could be in the garden somewhere.
So we couldn't put the footage of you and our daughter doing that because we haven't found the camera yet.
No, it might just be in the overgrown surrounding area in the garden. Unideal.
Ideal. Yeah. So I think you should confess though what you did in your week off. I say week off, you were still working full time, but your evenings off and your weekend off.
So we've got our garlic harvest, which you'll see, the rack that I built actually, so I built that.
Oh yeah, so you built a rack to cure the garlic.
A drying rack to cure the 300 garlic bulbs.
Plus the elephant garlic. It doesn't, they don't
garlic.
fit on there, but
yeah, plus the elephant garlic, and also harvested all of the broad beans because they were getting to the end of the growing season. Some of them were starting to turn a little bit. Picked and podded, depodded 5 kilos of broad beans and blanched them all. Got them in the freezer.
yes,
So that's exciting.
that's how you relax.
Yeah.
Another way that K-Man relaxes is he ran a half marathon.
Well, I had a week of relative downtime to recover from the abuse of the reno, and I put that week of rest and relaxation to good use.
Many people think that's nuts. I think that's nuts.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm glad I did it.
Fun. Is that your idea of fun? Let us know in the comments. I think some of you will be runners and be like, yeah, love a half marathon. People like me are like, ew. Why would you do that to yourself?
Energy levels have definitely bottomed out a little bit. It's almost like a sigh of relief. You know, the concrete floor is in, and that sigh of relief has followed with a lull in kind of energy levels. It's been a kind of a week of relatively normal labour, not 10 p.m. finishes, a nice bit of gardening. I'm still doing some preparation for the next phase, which is the radon barrier, and then the insulation, and then the underfloor heating pipes. So that'll be an exciting phase. And I'm sure it'll be very satisfying to watch, actually, laying all of these uniform lines of pipework. I'll be stapling pert pipe to the extruded polystyrene insulation on the floor.
Word salad. None of this is making any sense to me right now.
At 100 mil centres, which will make a bunch of heating engineers freak out. Why is this madman doing 100 mil centres?
The rest of us decide to know what he's talking about. Pert.
Yeah, polyethylene cross-linked. So for the underfloor heating, I'll be using the PERT. I don't know why anyone would use PEX for underfloor heating, because
Fools.
Laying a pipe which just wants to flex back to where it started is no bueno. 800 metres of PERT is being laid. Is it 800 metres? Yeah, it is 800 metres. How symmetrical? There's 800 metres of exterior ground collector loop, and there's 800 metres of interior underfloor heat pipe.
I wonder if this will make sense when I watch it back and edit it. I did reassure someone in the comments. She said, wait, shouldn't your screed have the underfloor pipes in it? That's how mine was done. I said, chill, don't worry, this is just the structural slab. We've got the installation, then the pipes and the top screed. And I was like, I know things.
Don't worry, be happy.
I'm learning so much. We'll see you next week, folks. Hopefully K-Man will have found the GoPro and we'll have some progress to show you. Thank you for all of your support, all of your comments. You guys keep us smiling. You keep us moving forward, even at this gentle pace that we've had this last week. And we really appreciate you.
Thanks for following along, guys.
See you next week.
See you next week. Bye, folks.
Bye. Thanks again to Fiverr for sponsoring today's video. Head to fiverr.co/offgridirish to check out the services available and use code OFFGRIDJULY for 10% off your first order.
There's no other way to say it.
That's me going down my own slide. Don't have the garlic.
Yeah, definitely include this.
When they said, like, cut to you and K-Man painting a mural in your chapel wall and going, should we maybe add a little pony here, Bob Ross style, you know? Would we add a little tree over there? Watching you lay some pipe.
Yeah.
That's a euphemism in Canada as far as I'm aware.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, that's how I roll, folks. 100 mil centres.
How pert is this pipe?
How pert is it? Very pert. 100% pert.
The pertiest of perts.